Welcome to Soulful Conversations with Nadjejda. I'm Nadjejda Chapoteau. Thank you for joining me today, whether you're listening to me on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or if you're watching me here on my website or my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me today. I am an empowerment and confidence coach, spiritual and speaker. I am passionate about social justice, dance, which is what I'm most passionate about, making a difference. Specifically, I love making a difference in causes that matter to me. I'm very currently, one of my biggest passions is really empowering women entrepreneurs and really embracing their authentic selves, reconnecting with themselves and sharing themselves boldly with the world. I'm also passionate about nature, spiritual growth, and love. I believe we need more love in our world. As a coach, I help purpose driven women coaches and online entrepreneurs experience ease, clarity, confidence, and fun in their business. And I help them do so by discovering their message and finding their niche. Today, I wanted to talk about a topic that is very near and dear to me. I truly believe that when you really know who you are and you really embrace your authentic self, you have no competition. And I think sometimes as women, we may feel, I think sometimes, and actually that's why I created this space, is I wanted to bring, although today I'm here alone because I decided that I would do some segment on my own from time to time. But for the most part, I invite women entrepreneurs to join me in sharing their message, sharing their authentic self. Because, for me, it was very important for me to provide a platform where women entrepreneurs can share themselves and my audience can benefit from it and we can make a bigger impact. So sometimes as women, we tend to compete with each other. This whole thing of like, we can't both share the same stage. We can't, like, a few of us can't share the same stage. And I wanted to sort of like, and I have to say, before starting this, I had a few incidents where I noticed that in some way people were competing with me when I really didn't see them as competition. So that's how I decided to start my own podcast, although I'm also being featured in other podcasts as well and looking for opportunities to be featured. So I have really learned that, sometimes I don't like to use that term, although I work with women entrepreneurs. I don't like to say, oh, look at what your competition is doing. I don't like to use that that word. I mean, I know it's being used often, but it's just not a word that resonates with me. And because I'm a firm believer that when I show up as my authentic self, I have no competition. I am not in competition with anyone, but also nobody can be Nadjejda. Nobody, and actually as I was getting ready, because actually I had this thought the other night. I don't know about you. Do you ever get thoughts about what you want to talk about on your podcast or do a live on Facebook or anywhere else on your platform that you get them in the middle of the night? And I've been getting a lot of those lately, which is great because it means that it's flowing. I'm experiencing flow and I'm experiencing ease. So I am a firm believer that when you really own who you are, you own your strengths, you even own your weaknesses, like you just know who you are and you not only love who you are, but you love who you really are. There's no competition because nobody can be you. You know how they say nobody can beat you at being you? And I was thinking about it. It's like nobody can beat Nadjejda at being Nadjejda. And then I started thinking, well, I'm not the only one named Nadjejda around the world, because actually it's a Russian name, originally from Haiti. But I've actually, my parents got it from a French song from George Moustaki. It has a song. It's actually pronounced Nadjejda, But I grew up being called Nadjejda, and I prefer it. So I've always, and so I know I'm not the only one called Nadjejda, but basically, so far, I'm the only Nadjejda Chapoteau. So I don't know, maybe if another Chapoteau gives their child that name. But just to say, I'm the only Nadjejda Chapoteau, so nobody can be better, better Nadjejda Chapoteau than me. So same thing with you. Nobody can be a better version of yourself than you. Like, you're the only one. And I was thinking about it. If anything, I was thinking that, the only person that I need to be in competition with, and even though I don't, is I want to be, I strive to be a better version of myself. As I really, and I've been doing a lot of inner work. I've been really doing, especially the past 2 months, a lot of stuff were coming up, a lot of stuff that I needed to shed, a lot of stuff that I needed to let go, a lot of stuff that I need to actually welcome in and embrace. And I'll be doing another section on that because I really want to keep this one short. This is probably going to be the shortest episode you ever listen to. Well, at least you've listened in the past. So it may not be the first one in the only one. I mean, it might not be the only one. So I was thinking how, I've been really embracing certain things about me and really getting that, wait a minute, like, my shadow side wasn't really fully embracing it. In some way, it wasn't allowing me to allow that light to shine as much. It's something like, like I shared with somebody, a friend of mine earlier this week. It's like there was this conflict between my light and my shadow sides. And so, as I've been really doing that work and really embracing who I am, I actually saw how, this is who I am. Like, I'm really loving this. I'm liking who she is. And the reason why I share the word like, and I also use it with love, because for me, I realized a while back that I love everyone. I do my best to love everyone because I believe every human being is deserving of love no matter what they've done. I try to love them. I send them love and light, but I don't like everyone. And for me, I think it's very important that we like ourselves, because, when you like who you are, because I think, I often say the people I like are the people that I talk to all the time. They're the people I want in my circle. They're the people that I work with, my clients. Like, I really, really like the people I work with. When I choose to work with someone, especially because sometimes that has happened to me where I work with somebody and it was not a great experience for me. And I was like, okay, because sometimes you have to, especially when in the beginning of your business, you're gaining clarity on who you want to work with, who do you enjoy working with, but I am somebody who really, I want to like all my clients. And, I choose to like who I am, like the person I'm going to marry, the people the people that I've been in relationships with, these are people that I liked. Because, the people so I really think it's so important that you do the work to really like who you are. When I took the time to get to know who I am, I really I like me. I like myself. I don't just love Nadjejda. I really like her. And I truly believe that when you get to that space where you can really own who you are, obviously still a work in progress for me, and I think for all of us. And now, like I shared, I don't know if it was doing a live or something yesterday, or maybe a friend of mine, because her and I we had a pretty deep and meaningful conversation this week. And I said how I'm a work in progress. I truly believe we're all a work in progress. And sometimes whenever I think, oh, I got this, then something happens to show me, oh, wait, you still got some work to do, honey. So I think we're all always going to have to be peeling layers if that's something that's important for us. And for me, inner work, spiritual growth is something that's important for me. So I'm never going to arrive, but I do have to say I like and I love myself a lot more than I've ever had in the past, you know? And here's the thing. I am a firm believer that when you get to that place where you really like who you are, there's no competition. You don't feel that you have to compete with anybody in your industry because you see them as peers. You see them, you can even learn from them, but you don't see that you need to compete with them, because even if they do the same thing as you, like I know I'm not the only coach that focuses on messaging and niching. I'm not the only one who is all about being her authentic self, but nobody does it like me. I'm not the only one who's on social media dancing like I do, but you know what? They don't do it like me. They, you know, so I'm a firm believer, and that's think that in that sense, I believe that we're all individually unique. We can, you know, I often say that many of us are doing the same things in the, you know, in the coaching industry or whichever. What makes us different is who we are. It's our stories. It's the way we carry ourselves, the way we do things, you know, the way we coach. You know, I know for me, I'm very compassionate. I can be tough love, but I'm much more of a softer, compassionate. I truly believe like I really radiate love and light. I don't just believe, and I don't just know I'm love and light. I believe it and I live it. Because I truly, you know, somebody said something to me the other day how I was a speaker at this summit. It was called the Real Women Don't Bitch Summit, and I shared some pretty tough times that I went through. And she was telling me, even as you share it, you were so positive, and so you were really radiating. Like I wasn't go. It's like I didn't really go back to that space. And even then, like for me, I always try to find humor. I always try to. I think it's just natural in me that my light is always shining. I think that sometimes nothing wrong with that or something, but I think sometimes some people wear their scars like a badge of honor, where for me, I went through it, I learned from it, and I can speak and I can still share myself authentically and still be able to smile and be able to be positive. So I want you to think about this, and that's why I'm sharing this with you, is I want you to think about, can you really see that nobody can be you? You know, I think it's Joel Osteen that says nobody can beat you at being you. And that's what I want you to get. When you show up as who you are, when you fully embrace and you know that you are beautiful, you are enough, and you know, whatever it is about you that you love. Like I know for me, I love the fact that I love to dance and I choose to show up as my authentic self. So for you, when you really embrace and fully know and own who you really are, obviously knowing that it's a work in progress, and you love it and you like who you are, trust me, you will get that there's no competition, because nobody can beat you at being you, whether you're a coach or a virtual assistant, a business mentor, whatever it is that you're doing, a yoga teacher, whatever it is that you are doing, you will really get that nobody can beat you at being you, and you are not in competition with anyone, and nobody's your competition, because nobody is doing what you do the way you do it. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Like I said, I wanted to make it short. I don't know how long I went by, but either way, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for listening. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did anything come up for you? Leave me a review on iTunes. If you're listening to me, Apple Podcast now, I have to remember. If you're watching me on my website, I'd love to hear any of your comments on YouTube. And if you enjoyed this and you're not on my email list currently and you want to subscribe to my email list, please go ahead and subscribe. Below the video, you'll see the box. Subscribe to my email list and you won't miss an episode. Every Thursday when I share a new episode, you will get access to it because I will share it with you. Just give me your name, your email address. And once you do so, actually, you'll get my gift, which is 7 questions to help you have an aligned message, to reconnect with yourself and have an aligned message in your business. You will get my goodies every Tuesday. Now, I this month of October, I have a live workshop and Q&A session with me. If that's something that you're interested in, you can also join. Just let me know. So either way, thanks for joining me. And if you are on iTunes listening to this, check out my website, www.lovelikecoaching.com. I would love for you to rate us and leave us a review. Subscribe so you don't miss when I upload new episodes here. Until next time, love and light. And next week, I'm going to show up with another brand new episode with a fellow entrepreneur of mine. Take care. Bye.